This is Chef Marcus Jernmark of New York City's famous Michelin-starred restaurant Aquavit, and he's going to show us how to make an amazing dish.
Absolutely.
So Chef, what are you going to prepare for us today?
Okay, so we have New Jersey sweet corn. We're going to do a version of what I call is a Nordic risotto, but it's made with barley. We started off with some shallots and garlic. We deglaze it with some white wine, and we're going to cook it slowly together with the barley and the sweet corn in a stock, nice sharp cheddar, fresh arugula or rock lettuce, some fresh thyme, and then we're going to top it off with Italian summer truffles. If you don't find the fresh ones, you can always substitute that with a truffle butter or a sliced truffle carpaccio. You can find that in most stores. And we're going to pop some cheese and truffle popcorn.
Sure, it's going to be great.
Great, so let's get going. So the pan is a little bit hot. What we do here now is that you always start a risotto like slowly on low, kind of like a medium temperature. You know, we have the butter and we have the corn. So we're just gonna let that go in. Add everything all together because this part is just kind of like, we call it to sweat down the vegetables. And it's kind of like release flavor in it without actually roasting it so much. Normally I do this for about 5 minutes. We keep the stalks from the fresh New Jersey corn. We use a little bit of the corn stock that kind of capitalize on the flavor that we're trying to achieve here. We're also adding a little bit of fresh thyme. Once it's cooked out for a couple of minutes, then what we do is that we add the barley, additional couple of minutes, and then we deglaze that with white wine.
Okay.
If you feel like throwing a duck breast into this configuration, you know, by all means, or a little piece of seared foie gras or prosciutto.
And is this a typical Scandinavian dish, or is it a twist on something?
In Sweden, corn is something that we do cook a lot with, and we do pick a lot of corn on the field.
So, as a Swedish chef, do you get a lot of requests for Swedish meatballs?
Well, I mean, we have Swedish meatballs on the menu, we've always had, but people come here for a lot of seafood reasons and for just good food in general, I think.
How does this differ than cooking a typical risotto with the rice?
Well, it's not so different. It's much easier to cook this. It doesn't have the same delicate starch center. The white wine is almost cooked off. Then we'll start mounting it a little bit with the cornstarch. And I'm going to start with the truffle popcorn that we're going to use as a garnish.
Sounds good. Ladling I can do.
Yeah, I have to say, I mean, it looks like you've been ladling forever. I'll put this on the background here. I think the most important when you make popcorn is a single layer. We're using a little bit of butter and a little bit of truffle oil at this point, and just a little bit of salt as well. When it comes to popcorn, obviously it's very important to not let it burn or toast. You want to just pop it.
There it goes.
Oh, it's still happening. Some salt, a little bit of pepper. FYI, if you have a truffle salt here, it's delicious. A little bit of thyme, just for the hell of it. Some Italian summer truffles.
Why not? Well, I'll tell you what, hands down best popcorn I've ever had. Got it.
I'm gonna season this with salt.
So this is the first time salt is going?
First time salt's going in, yes. A little bit of pepper.
Okay. What wine would you pair with this dish?
Maybe a Gewürztraminer or something like that would be really nice. Even a little bit towards the Riesling, where you have some of the more exotic fruit. At this point, we do what we call the mounting. And we're going to start with the cheese and the butter, some fresh herbs, truffle oil, salt and pepper. The butter when you mount should always be cold or coldish. Small ladle of the cornstarch, that's it.
Nice.
Good job. And then we shave a lot of truffles over it. The arugula. That's it.
This is delicious. This is so incredibly good. Well, I think you have found the perfect balance between comfort food and sophistication. Thank you so much for such an incredible dish. This has been Chef Marcus Jernmark at New York City's restaurant Aquavit, and this is Maxim's MasterChef.